Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star original continent based on novel. So let's start. There were all sorts of delicious dishes from different territories in the universe, but Luo Feng hadn't touched any of them. Primal Chaos City Leader poured the wine and looked at Luo Feng. Top-tier universe overlord, said Primal Chaos City Leader. I know that your godly body can rival that of a universe knight, and you have your remote ocean body to serve as an endless godly power source. And your golden horned beast body is also 600 miles long. And with your senior true treasure armor, even a top-tier universe overlord will find it difficult to kill you, but that doesn't mean you're at that level. However, Luo Feng gazed at his teacher firmly. Primal Chaos City Leader gazed right back at Luo Feng. Are you sure? He asked. Luo Feng nodded. Yes. Did you kill all those universe knights of other races? Primal Chaos City Leader couldn't help asking. Luo Feng nodded. Primal Chaos City Leader kept staring at Luo Feng. He was a witness to Luo Feng's rise in power, and it was beyond his imagination how quickly he had improved. What Luo Feng had just said was terrifying. Yet Primal Chaos City Leader found it almost convincing based on their relationship for 100,000 years. We'll talk about it later. Primal Chaos City Leader shook his head. Luo Feng, I'm your teacher, so trust me, I'm doing it for your best interest. Please continue, teacher, said Luo Feng. The disambiguation mirror stone is related to the most important true treasure ever. Since the original stars have opened, Primal Chaos City Leader said solemnly. The Universe Masters and Huge Axe Creator know that you have a disambiguation mirror stone. Although they won't force you to give them the stone, they'll be upset with you if you don't. You're meant to be one of the top seniors of us humans, and it would be unwise for you to upset them now. Luo Feng nodded. Even if you have the power of a top-tier universe overlord, Primal Chaos City Leader went on, it's not going to help you much. Half the beings who will enter the disambiguation temple are universe overlords, and there might even be one or two universe supreme masters. Though the 36 portals give special consideration to the weak, power is all that matters in the end. It must be universe masters, or even universe supreme masters who fight for the true treasure. Even you, someone as strong as a top-tier universe overlord, will have to back down. Primal Chaos City Leader gazed at Luo Feng. Luo Feng said nothing. If you insist on going, said Primal Chaos City Leader, not only will you upset universe overlords, but you won't be able to get the true treasure either. Why do that? He had begun this conversation from the perspective of the race, and now he was trying to sway Luo Feng from the perspective of costs and benefits. He only had one goal, to persuade Luo Feng to hand over the disambiguation mirror stone. Besides, he continued, our race will make it up to you. After all, you're the owner of the disambiguation mirror stone. How much do you think a disambiguation mirror stone is worth? 20 true treasure points. 30 true treasure points. Our race will definitely give you compensation if you give it up. Luo Feng couldn't help sighing. If it had been a universe master who gained the stone, there wouldn't have been this much trouble. The race was talking to him politely, because he had the potential to become one of the top-tier seniors. If Luo Feng were only an ordinary universe knight, their attitude at the moment might have been completely different. However, he had obtained the disambiguation mirror stone by himself. The stone belonged to him. Primal Chaos City Leader looked at Luo Feng. I hope that you will hand it in. Luo Feng wouldn't have given a darn if it were any other universe masters trying to persuade him, but Primal Chaos City Leader had been generous to him by leading him and guiding him. Teacher, did you just say that our race will compensate me if I contribute it to our race? Luo Feng took a deep breath. I don't have high requirements. I'll hand in the disambiguation mirror stone if I can get half the ownership of Earth back. Which means I want Earth, my home planet, back. Is this the only condition? If you say yes, said Luo Feng, I'll hand in the disambiguation mirror stone to our race. I want nothing more than the other half of ownership of Earth. If you say no, Then I won't give away the stone. Primal Chaos City leader was dazed. Earth? Yes, Earth. Luo Feng nodded. Silence. Both supreme beings sitting at two sides of the dining table both had gone silent. You want Earth back? Primal Chaos City leader said gradually, after staying silent for a long while. What are you going to do about the immigrants from foreign planets? When I lost half my ownership to 50 billion mixed elements, Luo Feng said solemnly. I also allowed in lots of immigrants from other planets to live in the oceans and floating cities in the sky above the oceans. However, they are after immigrants instead of Earthlings. The Earth is the origin place of us Earthlings, and it's my home planet. I'll ask those immigrants from foreign planets, mainland and oceans. They all belong to Earthlings. He could only give away half the ownership of the Earth under pressure from his race. However, Luo Feng had been waiting to get Earth back. In the past years, the immigrants had been arrogant, and Luo Feng could only try to stop them from behaving recklessly. However, the immigrants looked down upon the Earthlings from the bottom of their hearts. The blue planet belonged to Earthlings, after all. You want to chase them out? Primal Chaos City leader whispered. Teacher, I gave it away for 50 billion mixed elements only. Luo Feng smiled. 50 billion mixed elements isn't even worthy of a treasure. I'm offering the disambiguation mirror stone now. If you calculate the benefits, it's millions of times more valuable. I understand. Primal Chaos City leader nodded. I can't decide on this issue, but I'll give you an answer soon. Okay. Luo Feng nodded. Luo Feng wasn't a fool, and neither was he a fool who would buy into something like making a sacrifice for the race. He wouldn't give away a valuable to make another great being stronger. Ever since Luo Feng first stepped off his home planet, he had been carrying the responsibility of the Earth. The fate and future of the Earthlings depended on him, which was why he wouldn't give up any opportunities to become more powerful. Besides, he had obtained the disambiguation mirror stone by himself. The disambiguation temple was the most important valuable since the original stars opened. Luo Feng really wanted to go there. But his teacher had asked him personally, and his teacher was sincere. Taking back Earth was a more important dream to Luo Feng. Compared to taking back Earth, disambiguation mirror stone was much less significant. Taking back Earth is not an easy task in my plan, thought Luo Feng. If I can take this opportunity to take back Earth, I won't care about the disambiguation mirror stone. The race and the Earth. Though Luo Feng had a sense of belonging to the human race, he had much stronger ties to Earth. He was, first and foremost, the leader of the Earthlings and carried the fate of Earth. He was a member of the human race second. Besides, the disambiguation mirror stone was only something that could make the humans stronger. It had nothing to do with the destiny of the human race. He didn't need to worry about that. Starlight shone brightly in space as the universe masters sat on both sides of the bench. Has he agreed, Chaos? Is there an issue? Did Luo Feng say no to you, his teacher? How can he say no? It will be a waste to leave him with the disambiguation mirror stone. I'll go talk to him if you failed. Huge Axe Creator glanced around, and all the universe masters went silent. Chaos, tell them, Huge Axe Creator said. Luo Feng said yes. Primal Chaos City leader looked around at the other universe masters. But he gave one condition. Nice. He agreed. It's good that he agreed. As for the condition, we'll compensate him. What is his condition? Some universe masters asked while others simply stared at Primal Chaos City leader said. He wouldn't have summoned them if the issue were simple. Primal Chaos City leader continued, his condition is straightforward. He wants the other half of ownership of Earth. The Earth is his home planet. We bought the Earth for 50 billion mixed elements, and after that, all the powers were able to send their candidates to Earth. Now, he wants Earth back. But what about the candidates of other clans, said a cold voice. Luo Feng wants to drive out all the candidates from foreign planets, and leave only the Earthlings, said Primal Chaos City leader. No way. Certainly unthinkable. Not possible. The universe masters voiced their opinions one by one, irritated at the very idea. Earth had drawn special attention when it was discovered. However, when huge axe creator deemed that Earth was a special planet created by sitting mountain guest, the universe masters were only curious. They hadn't realized how precious Earth was. However, after 100,000 years, generations of candidates from foreign planets were born on Earth. And all the candidates born there were more likely to have better comprehension, which led to better dispositions, and higher chances of becoming great beings and talents. Disposition was an attribute that appeared unimportant at the start of training, but the more powerful one got, the more important it became. This amazed the universe masters. What an amazing planet, Earth. What an amazing achievement by mountain sitting guest. The descendants born on Earth had completely different souls, which made them more likely to have better dispositions. For 100,000 years, there had been a large group of geniuses and great beings, and there were numerous sector lords. As time went by, Earth might become a mighty clan within the human race, like the Flame God race. And compared to Flame God race, the Earthlings had higher potential. No way, the universe masters said. That's a specially made planet by mountain sitting guest. It's priceless. Ask him to change a condition. Earth? No way. The disambiguation mirror stones. There are 36 of them. There is no way that one can replace Earth. Seeing how the other universe masters were disagreeing, Primal Chaos City Leader could not help but frown as he spoke. Back when I came forward in the capacity of the Virtual Universe Company, I spent a mere 50 billion mixed elements to buy Earth's ocean ownership rights. Those 50 billion mixed elements were not a one-time payment, it was split into 3 installments. Now that I am using this disambiguation mirror stone to trade, I think the amount should be about the same. Primal Chaos City Leader. Primal Chaos City Leader. 2 universe masters called out at the same time. They looked at each other, then one of them, a giant with 3 sharp horns and a body covered with a scaly armor, said in a deep, low voice, back then, Luo Feng was a mere nobody. 50 billion mixed elements was a sky-high amount. Although you signed a contract in the name of the Virtual Universe Company, you also have an agreement with us, the Universe Mercenary Alliance, and some other parties. The Earth's ocean ownership rights and ocean high-altitude ownership rights are shared among the 5 of us. All 5 of us have sent our descendants down to dwell on Earth. It has been 100,000 years since then, due to the unique characteristics of Earth, which you all should already know. What an amazing planet. The children who are born on Earth could be so much stronger in their ability to learn and acquire power. While their initial speed of improvement matches that of descendants on other planets, as time goes by, with continual learning and acquisition, the rate at which they improve far surpasses descendants on other planets. Sitting Mountain Guest is unbelievably remarkable. To think he could create such a planet. Who knows how many years he spent creating a planet where the souls of babies could undergo evolutionary changes. This is really too incredible for words. The giant sighed in awe. Sitting Mountain Guest really lives up to his status as the most senior of all universe supreme beings. Positioned at the highest societal level of the human race, they all knew about Sitting Mountain Guest. The human race might have universe supreme beings, but during the time when the universe was just emerging, humans were like toddlers stumbling about as they learned how to walk, slowly and unsteadily multiplying in numbers. At that time, the special life forms that ran rampant in the universe were the invincible beings. These special life forms were naturally endowed with strength and power, like the 8 natural beast gods. As for Sitting Mountain Guest, during the most ancient period following the birth of the universe, he had already become a loner among the universe supreme beings. Earth is continually creating great beings, the giant continued in his low, deep voice. It can create such a huge branch like the human race, giving it value not inferior to that of a pinnacle domain type true treasure. There is no way I will agree to trade it for anything that easily. I disagree, too. Disagreed. Authoritative figures of the 2 major powers, the Universe First Bank and the Universe Star River Bank, voiced their disagreements together. This worried Primal Chaos City leader. He gave a slight frown. So, the disambiguation mirror stone. What should be done about it? Huge Axe Creator's booming voice sounded from his throne. If no one is willing to return Earth, then Luo Feng will not be handing over the disambiguation mirror stone. What our human race lacks is a supreme true treasure, the giant continued. As for the pinnacle domain type true treasure, considering this level, the human race already owns quite a few pieces. Besides, the disambiguation mirror stone only represents a chance of obtaining a true treasure of a pinnacle level. Haven't we met with quite a number of similar chances so far? Like the universe ocean. If we dared to go all out, it is possible to obtain a pinnacle domain type true treasure anytime. With a 1 in 36 chance of obtaining a pinnacle domain type true treasure. Using this to trade for Earth is out of the question. That's right. I agree with Deserted Mirror. The authoritative figures of the Universe Mercenary Alliance, Universe First Bank, and Universe Star River Bank voiced their opinions. Dear all. My disciple, Luo Feng, Primal Chaos City leader began. His ability has reached that of a top-tier Universe Overlord standard. All the Universe Masters, including Huge Axe Creator, looked over. Primal Chaos City leader, you are not kidding. Luo Feng just started cultivation, not long ago. A top-tier Universe Overlord. Have you witnessed it personally? It can't be true. Impossible. Not a single one of the Universe Masters could believe that Luo Feng, who had only 10,000 years worth of cultivation, and had only become undying 20,000 years ago, was now at the top-tier Universe Overlord level. In the entire universe, almost no one would have found such a claim believable. Primal Chaos City leader, is it true? Huge Axe Creator could not help asking. Primal Chaos City leader scanned his surroundings. Then, with a slight nod, he replied, I have yet to test it for myself. However, we have been teacher and disciple for 10,000 years, and based on my understanding of him, if he dares say so, it must be true. You have yet to test him personally. So, this claim is not tested or proven yet. The Universe Masters, who had not really crossed paths with Luo Feng, laughed and shook their heads. Deserted Mirror, the authoritative figure of the Universe Mercenary Alliance, laughed aloud. Primal Chaos City leader, Luo Feng may be using the disambiguation mirror stone and matters on Earth to add to his capital. He is taking advantage of his relationship with you. He may be saying it on purpose because he has faith that you, his teacher, will believe him. Deserted Mirror, you think my disciple is like yours? Primal Chaos City leader said, his eyes burning with a trace of anger. Deserted Mirror smiled, but did not dare say anything further. After all, Primal Chaos City leader wielded the highest authority in the virtual universe company. In terms of ability or status, no one else present, other than Huge Axe Creator, was qualified to oppress him. Furthermore, even the Primal Universe was under his jurisdiction. All of these accolades raised Primal Chaos City leader's status by leaps and bounds. Out of the 5 major powers within the human race, Huge Axe Dojo and the Virtual Universe Company were the strongest, the Universe Mercenary Alliance, the Universe First Bank, and the Universe Star River Bank were one notch lower. If Luo Feng claims to be a top-tier Universe Overlord and wants to try his hand at entering the Disambiguation Temple, let him be. He needs to taste a little suffering. As for trading back Earth, the Disambiguation Mirror Stone is a far cry from sufficient. A disambiguation mirror stone in exchange for the Earth's ownership rights is definitely unacceptable. Primal Chaos City leader suppressed a sigh as he noted the circumstances. Noble beings such as these Universe Masters. How strange their temperaments were. Cold and arrogant, obstinate and unruly, kind to look at but ruthless in heart. These beings had so many faces. They could steer clear from touching the bottom line, so humans naturally would tolerate their presence. These super beings enjoyed special privileges, so long as they did not touch the bottom line. Out of all the Universe Masters, Primal Chaos City leader was usually the one who presided major events pertaining to issues of the human race. He was also the one who always held such issues in the highest regard. From his point of view, Earth might be important, but regardless of whether geniuses were cultivated by other major powers, or cultivated by human dwellers living on Earth, weren't they all essentially part of the human race? Overall, the human race was still strong and powerful and able to earn Luo Feng's gratitude and loyalty. Furthermore, the humans' territory was vast. Even if there was a branch of Earth that was comparable to the Yangshan race, it was still only a small part of the overall power of the human race. The current matter concerns their own benefits, so none of them are willing to relent easily, thought Primal Chaos City leader, and sighed inwardly. From his throne, Huge Axe Creator shouted his orders. This discussion shall end here. The other universe masters fell silent as they looked toward him. Primal Chaos City leader, Huge Axe Creator said, looking at him. With a slight bow to indicate his respect, Primal Chaos City leader was on all ears. You have to inform Luo Feng that using the disambiguation mirror stone to exchange for Earth's ownership rights is impossible. If he is unwilling to accept our other proposals, the race will not force him to. Huge Axe Creator smiled. As for Earth's ownership rights, do tell him that so long as his ability and power could attain a certain level that is considered sufficient, then of course, nothing is impossible. Primal Chaos City leader smiled. I understand. On the contrary, the other universe masters were a little caught by surprise. Huge Axe Creator. Huge Axe Creator, this. Huge Axe Creator's gaze scanned the hall as he said coldly, the time when Luo Feng is able to sit here with us will be the time to return Earth's ownership rights to him. A couple of universe masters could only lower their heads in compliance. When Huge Axe Creator gave out orders, not a single soul in the human race would dare to go against him. Luo Feng caught wind of the news very quickly. When he heard the news from his teacher, Luo Feng was understandably angry. But he also saw a glimmer of hope. He was mad because a mere 50 billion mixed elements had bought half the Earth's ownership rights, but now, even with his disambiguation mirror stone that was worth 10,000 times more, or even 1,000,000 times more, yet he could not even use it to exchange for the ownership rights. As for the glimmer of hope, he was looking forward to the promise Huge Axe Creator made to him. That shows how important the Earth is, thought Luo Feng. It will not be returned to me so easily. Sitting together with them, is it? Soon. Earth ultimately belongs to us Earthlings. For close to 100,000 years, he had been diligently cultivating himself to become stronger and more powerful so that one fine day, he could hold up the entire sky for his fellow Earthlings. He would do that because he was the greatest being of all the Earthlings, the god that they worshipped. He would become the spiritual leader for all Earthlings. Actually, back when Luo Feng first stepped into the universe, especially when he was a horde leader of Earth, he had warded off many rounds of danger for Earth, which was the reason the Earthlings worshipped him. There were those who worshipped him simply for who he was. There were those who worshipped him immensely as a hero. As time passed, day after day, year after year, they naturally came to worship him even more. Especially the Earthlings, who were roaming the universe like Luo Feng, who came to know more about the benefits he had brought them. From then up to 100,000 years later, the worshipping of Luo Feng, being handed down to many generations thereafter, had eventually led to Luo Feng becoming a symbol, and a leader of the human race on Earth. My power will soon be able to completely protect the human race living on Earth, Luo Feng said to himself. At the Northern Territory Alliance, in the palace of Star River Master. Star River Master. Flourishing Light Horde leaders' two heads were bowed and full of respect. A voice sounded amidst the darkness that shrouded the palace. Alliance Master has resurrected you. But you were saying. The one who killed you was Luo Feng. Yes, Flourishing Light Horde leader replied respectfully. He killed me with one strike, with just only one strike. Luo Feng had left the Beast God sector to return to the primal universe, and when he arrived back at the original star once again, he was a mobile treasury in human form, ripe for the picking by the great beings of other races. Back then, the first one to cross paths with him had been Flourishing Light Horde leader, and he had been killed by Luo Feng with a single strike of his sword. Are you sure it was Luo Feng? With only one strike? Asked the voice amidst the darkness again. Star River Master, I am dead sure, said Flourishing Light Horde leader. This was the scene of how he killed me back then. Flourishing Light Horde leader replied deferentially, as he recalled his memories through his godly power, playing it as though it were a video clip. Luo Feng's cold and sharp blade transformed into a dazzling golden light. With one strike, it sliced through Flourishing Light Horde leader's ordinary true treasure armor, and sent him to Kingdom Come without hesitation. Silence. Star River Master went silent, too. He had resurrected a great number of Universe Knights, and had already heard of a few claiming that they had been killed by Luo Feng. That implied that Luo Feng already had the power of a Universe Overlord. But Flourishing Light Horde leader was a Universe Overlord. And just one strike was enough to kill him. That sort of power was only possible by a top-tier Universe Overlord. Becoming undying in just 2,000 years, the voice in the dark space was full of shock. Send out my orders. The voice resonated throughout the entire palace grounds, and was heard by all the Universe Knights, who immediately went about carrying out his orders. The human, Luo Feng, possessed the power of a top-tier Universe Overlord, and his power is comparable to that of the human, Heaven Erosion Palace Master. Send out this information to the whole universe. Everyone in the universe must know, especially powers like the bug soldiers, demons, and automaton race, all those who bear great enmity against the human race. They are bound to go through any means to eliminate Luo Feng as soon as they can. He was able to attain Heaven Erosion Palace Master's standard in such a short time. If he has another few hundred years, then won't the human race have another great being like Primal Chaos City leader? Yes. 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 Every Universe Knight within the palace grounds received the order. News started spreading out quickly from every channel of the Northern Territory Alliance. The Northern Territory Alliance was one of the biggest superpowers within the universe, with the highest number of races, and a massive number of Universe Knights. When they initiated the dissemination of news, word spread quickly. Within one day, all 9 great powers of the universe, various top-tier powers, almost everyone in the entire vast universe, had heard the news. The news naturally reached the human race, too, and every human Universe Knight caught wind of it. Truyang Knight, Bound Time Knight, Sir Nine Blade, Ganwu Country Master, Heaven Erosion Palace Master, Undying Knight, Guiyi Knight. All of them received this universe-shattering news about an unbelievably incredible life form, who was powerful beyond comprehension, Luo Feng. The one who had thrown into turmoil every higher-up in all the various races in the universe. Inside Flame God territory, in the main palace surrounded by endless flames. That human Luo Feng has the power of a top-tier Universe Overlord. He killed Flourishing Light Horde leader with one attack. Not possible. Flame Emperor raged and roared, and his eyes were glinting with madness. He was innately proud, and he was proud of being cultivated by Mountain Sitting Guest. He looked down upon his older brother, as he was originally a slave of his teacher, and he had inferior potential and true treasures compared to him. He already craved to become an equal of Mountain Sitting Guest, or even stronger. However, after Luo Feng showed up, Mountain Sitting Guest also devoted his time and energies to this third disciple, and he had even prepared a supreme true treasure star tower for Luo Feng. Flame Emperor longed for that supreme true treasure, but it was no use. He had been wary of that third brother, as he found him to be the biggest threat to him. 100,000 years. Flame Emperor growled. How is it possible for him to have the power of a top-tier Universe Overlord in only 100,000 years? How is it possible? It must be Teacher Mountain Sitting Guest. It's got to be because of his arrangements. Luo Feng isn't capable of accomplishing that all by himself. Teacher Mountain Sitting Guest favors third brother too much. He gave him the supreme true treasure. And now he helped him gain the power of a top-tier Universe Overlord after he's been undying for only 20,000 years. Flame Emperor's face twisted with fury. Just wait and see. Just wait and see, Teacher Mountain Sitting Guest. He'll never catch up with me, even with your help. I'll always be his better. I'll be stronger, stronger even than you. The space around Flame Emperor cracked, and the eyes under his soul horn looked crazed and terrifying. The news was widely spread, and it shocked all the powers in the universe. Parachopper Knight from the Bug race had been resurrected. He had a senior true treasure armor yet was still killed by Luo Feng. Luo Feng was the one who killed me, Parachopper Knight said. I had a senior true treasure armor, but one attack from him damaged more than half of my godly body, and 2 attacks killed me directly. That news was more shocking. A universe overlord wearing a senior true treasure armor being killed by 2 attacks was even more terrifying than flourishing light horde leader being killed by 1. A senior true treasure. A universe overlord was killed even while wearing a senior true treasure. That's outrageous. He must be a top-tier universe overlord. What a coincidence. The Bug Race Alliance gave out the news right after the Northern Territory Alliance gave out the news. It's extremely difficult to resurrect a universe overlord. Parachopper Knight must have been revived after the news spread that flourishing light horde leader was killed by Luo Feng. The Bug Race resurrected Parachopper Knight just to verify the news. Nobody expected Parachopper Knight to say something so shocking. The 2 pieces of news were spread in one day, and they took the universe by storm. Inside the universe owned by the automaton race, countless threads were connecting the planets and stars, giving the universe the appearance of a gigantic net. A voice resounded in every corner in that universe. My children, it said, that human who's only been training for 100,000 years, is so powerful that he can kill a universe overlord wearing a senior true treasure. Is that true? Father God, I've contacted the Thorn Ring Alliance, and they said it's true. I've done my research as well, and it is true. I've seen the footage of Parachopper Knight being killed. Father God, we can't leave Luo Feng alive. Father God. Automation race was a peculiar race, as all the members in the race were intelligent life forms, but there was a command for them to obey at their very core. They surrendered themselves completely to the greatest being in the automation race, a universe supreme being known as Father God. They would happily die if it was a command from their Father God, and there was an exceptional bond among the creatures within automaton race. Father God's voice was spread all across the universe, saying, it's only been 20,000 years since he became undying, and he has the power of a top-tier universe overlord now. He'll definitely be a threat to our race if we just let him roam free. My children, follow my order. Search for Luo Feng and kill him. We must kill him before he becomes a universe master. Yes. Yes, Father God. The automaton race, Bug race, and demon race were all terrified. The human race, Bug race, demon race, and automaton race lived nearby each other, and they had been fighting against each other for an eternity. There had been a myriad of feuds among them, and one great being after another was born in the course of war. They looked down upon Prison Race and the Crystal Race. Once a particular race of the 4 pinnacle races became stronger, other 3 races would often form an alliance without discussion. The other 3 races would take action if an exceptional genius was born, as they couldn't allow any one power among them to be visibly stronger. Of course, if a race suddenly stumbled and fell, it would be a pleasant surprise to the other 3 races. The responses to news of Luo Feng came as expected. He's been growing too fast. He'll be another primal chaos city leader if we let him roam free. We must kill him as soon as possible. Otherwise, he'll become so powerful that even universe supreme masters aren't able to kill him. Kill him. Kill him before he becomes a universe master. Pass along my order. Every great being on the original stars should keep an eye on Luo Feng. Pass along my order. The automaton race, Bug race, and demon race all made this a top priority. They all knew that if a supreme being was born within the race, like Nine Remoteness Master, although he wasn't technically a universe supreme master, he could make all the pinnacle races desperate. Luo Feng had an inherited technique, clone. He could be reborn even if one of his godly bodies was killed. A powerful universe master with clone technique would be a nightmare to enemy races. And he would definitely become a pillar of his own race. We must kill him. The Northern Territory Alliance also wanted Luo Feng dead, but they felt relatively relieved. They knew that the automaton race, demon race, and bug race ought to be the anxious ones. As for the ancestral god school, the Space Beast Alliance, the prison race, and the crystal race, they were looking forward to watching the fight among the four pinnacle races. That human Luo Feng is indeed incredible. If he can survive this and become a universe master, nobody will be able to hurt him. No one was more shocked than the human race. In the open-air bar in the virtual universe, most of the universe knights had gathered. Normally, there were only a few thousand of them, but today, more than 90% of the universe knights of the human race were here. Universe knights of other races were also here. There were discussions everywhere. Is Luo Feng that incredible? He's improved too fast. Even Flame Emperor can't compare with him. Jealousy was to be expected in the face of such power, just as how Luo Feng had upset many universe knights when he'd moved to the mountainside of Thunder Island. However, Luo Feng had exceptional power now. He was so powerful that he could kill a universe overlord with one attack. That kind of power was awed by universe knights. It's a miracle. Legendary. It's a miracle within our race. Where's True Yang Knight? He's Luo Feng's teacher. True Yang turned off his communications already. Perhaps too many universe knights are looking for him. Ganwu Universe Country Master was also laughing loudly. Other universe knights were all talking about Luo Feng. Ganwu Universe Country Master was a bit dazed, but he became happy instantly. After all, Luo Feng was close to him. He was the teacher of Luo Feng's son. Is Luo Feng's son your disciple? Ha ha, yes. Luo Feng has a son. Inside the God Country, the endless remote ocean was tumbling and expanding. Lots of creatures were being created, and they expanded the remote ocean. It's crazy. Luo Feng was sitting in the godly temple, soaked in golden light. He shook his head and smiled. He had known he couldn't hide the fact that he had killed all those universe knights and universe overlords. He knew that the news would be impossible to keep quiet once those great beings were resurrected. However, he hadn't expected everyone to be so angry about it. After talking with Primal Chaos City leader and True Yang Knight, he turned off the acceptance of the virtual universe. I'll keep practicing. Luo Feng closed his eyes and smiled. It was filled with hustle and bustle out there, but it was tranquil and peaceful in his God Country. The water in the endless remote ocean was flowing. All was a racket outside. But it was quiet in his God Country. Teleportation, hang, seal, Luo Feng whispered. He opened his eyes, and his godly power triggered law threads. 3 broken engraving pictures showed up in the sky and they merged. A perfect engraving picture showed up. It was an engraving picture that looked like the 7th picture of the 9-universe Primal Chaos tablet. I've finished the space law, Luo Feng said with a smile. Endless universe origin law arrived at the God Country, and the remote ocean started to churn. This video will end here.